The case against four police officers who are accused of murdering lawyer Willy Kimani and two others that resumed in a Nairobi court today. So far, 36 prosecution witnesses have testified against the suspects. Let's just listen into part of their proceedings there, and then we'll talk to our reporter, Trix Ingado, who's been covering this for us since morning.
This map shows places. Did it start in Lolongo? Did it start in the police station? Did it start in a shopping center? Where exactly does it start? So that we know that this lady is active from a particular point.
My lady, I'm now getting the question clear. And I wish to answer that. My lady, from my own investigation, when I came to check on this position, my lady, I will pick that the same radio started from.
So our reporter Trix Ingado, as I earlier mentioned, was covering this particular case for us. She now joins us live for an update. Trix, with 36 prosecution witnesses having testified so far, what really was happening in court today?
Yeah, what you've just seen there, Akisa, is the investigating officer who was being cross-examined yet again over evidence that had been collected using via Google Maps and things like that regarding the area in which the bodies were found, the police post around that was immediately working on the case before it went to the higher levels of investigation. So he was being cross-examined, just one of the many witnesses that are going to be cross-examined. We are told that 11 more are supposed to be testifying before the court just to give more evidence on the killing. Some so far, as said, of the 36 that have been cross-examined before the court, say that they have apparently have even nailed some of the officers having been seen at the scene of the crime. Just some more damning information that could put these people behind bars for a very long time. And this would be the first time rogue police officers were being prosecuted. That is not prosecuted, rather, but convicted, if indeed that is the outcome of these court proceedings. So that is what happened today. There was had this cross-examination taken longer as it was expected, then that would have been the day, that they would have called it a day with that one witness, but rather it took shorter than the court officials expected, and therefore there might have been another witness being cross-examined today, but he was not prepared adequately. Just to give you an overview of that case, the lawyer who was killed earlier on this year was Willy Kimani, and he was alongside a client he was representing at the time called Josephat Mwenda and Joseph Muiruri, who was a taxi driver. So they were all killed, and their bodies were discovered in a river in Athi River area. And of course, according to a report following an 8-hour pathologist post-mortem by the government pathologist, Mr. Johansen Odwar, it revealed that he was killed following strangulation, and then what happened was that he was strangled and finished up with hits by a blunt object to the back of his head. Apparently, the blunt object that was used on the lawyer was more lethal than the one that was used to finish off the other victims. So the people who were initially implicated at the very beginning of this case were Frederick Leliman, Sylvia Wanjiku, and Stephen Cherubet, and more investigation yielded the fourth suspect, who was all of them who were in court. We are told that they are behind bars as the investigation go on until, whatever outcome of the case is realized.
Well, Trix Ingado there with an update on the hearing of the case for Willy Kimani and the taxi driver and the client who were killed and dumped at the Oldonyo Sabuk in Machakos. Let's now take a look at what